Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is another episode of Burhan, and boy, this episode's going to air this Sunday instead of basically airing on the usual time slot, and that's because Dave Wade's internet went and crapped out again. Dave, take it away. Dave? I gave him the floor to rant and he didn't. Okay, well, I'm one half of Burhan the Boy, of course, Mr. Michael Burhan here. And also we've got a couple of special guests.
I'm back. I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Some sort of godly person's been upset. So, Dave, what happened to you with the internet?
Oh, fucking... We got... Then it cools down at night and then we get... Gently, an asthmatic mouse gently blows.
He's going back and forth here.
Are we getting half conversations there?
Yeah, he's going in and out. I think BT are kind of muting him. Free Dave Wade! Free Dave Wade! Free Dave Wade! Speaking of free, we've got a gentleman who's on YouTube, of course, as well. A good friend of mine. He's known as Power Metal Gamer. He is Tadg O'Callaghan. Tag!
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, nothing much, my friend. All goody, goody, goody. I've been spending this Saturday, the day that we are recording at the moment, with the Minions. So everyone's been, and for those who don't know, the Minions are my children. Been spending time doing homework.
Weekend with Daddy.
With my oldest. Yeah, it's been fun. I have to admit, they've been enjoying themselves. I've been spending time with me and also the girlfriend, and just basically enjoying their time with Dad before they go back and get shipped off to their mum on Sunday. Speaking of being shipped off, of course, as well, we've got from the other side of the pond, from Canada, Mr. Sean Michellin. I have no idea why people aren't responding.
No one's around.
It's just, it might as well be called Burhan and Tag tonight, because that's what is happening. Or Power Metal Burhan, I don't know. It depends what you guys want to call the shows, I don't know. So, Tag, I know you got a little bit of a rant on you. Take it away.
Oh man, fucking
give us that little rant. What's going on? Because something funny happens to Tag today. So Tag, take it away.
Yeah, so I shared a video on the Mike's page earlier, and it was basically someone with their face like sellotaped to someone's arse, but there was no nudity, and the girl had her knickers on, and she's basically frightening this dude's face, and everyone's just having a laugh, commenting on it. Even Robman commented on it, saying, "Fucking what was that? The goals in life was one is fucking." I love you long time, and then was like fucking I can't remember what was going on, but anyway,
yeah, it's like I may not be the most good looking guy, but I would love you forever. And two, I'll surround my face to your asshole.
But yeah, anyway, some guy comes in and he's like, I don't like this video, I'm gonna flag this. I was like, hold on a second, if you don't like the video, unfollow it. Don't fucking, if you don't like it, don't watch it. Simple as. And then he blocked me. And then fucking reported the video. I got kicked off Facebook, so I can't post for the next 24 hours. Oh, it's just fucking ridiculous, man. I don't see. Some people shouldn't be allowed on the internet.
And the funny thing is, folks, he shared this. It's not on his profile. He didn't post these images. It was shared, and it was a video that was going viral on Facebook.
There's no nudity at all in it. Like, what the fuck? Like,
and the dude reported you as well. Yeah, it's. The thing is, it was someone who's a mutual friend of mine. I've had a word with him about it, and said, look, I don't. At the end of the day, if I had a problem, I would have basically talked to Tag and just said, hey, I've got an issue with this. Take it off my fucking Facebook feed.
Yeah, cool. I would have said, okay, that's fine.
Yeah, the thing about me is my humor is very lowbrow, so I can give as much as I take in some ways. I've had trans friends of mine. Talk about sticking a dick up my ass. I have no issue with it. I have my girlfriend.
Because you're cute.
Exactly, and I have my girlfriend constantly talk to me about my obsession with butt stuff because I'm an ass man when it comes to my ladies, and I have no issue with it. I think people who get a bit uptight about stuff really need to
grow a sense of humor.
Exactly, and if
balls or.
And if you're on Facebook and this is something that bothers you, go up to the offending image or video. Click on that, because obviously you did that to block to kind of get it taken off anyway and report it. There's a thing called unfollow the post. Just unfollow it.
Yeah. And after I asked him nicely not to watch the video, he blocks me, and then continues to flag the video.
Exactly. It's a silly thing. I think people need to like grow a pair a little bit.
Don't be allowed. You shouldn't be allowed on the internet after hours.
Exactly. But one thing I do want to point out today as well, I want to give, this is going to be like a kind of a little rest in peace to my beautiful bike. Her name is Lilith. She's my mountain bike that I've had for the last year and 6 months, basically. I had her, bought her for 30 quid off of Cash Converters when after my father passed, because I wanted to be more healthy. And I've used her constantly. I mean, she's so worn out from my constant use because I've cycled in and out of London constantly with her, and I was actually having plans to go down to Bristol to hand over my iPhone 4S to Mr. Dave Wade, of course, because I've got a new iPhone. A friend of mine actually gave me an iPhone 5, which I thought
I'm
was
still
awesome.
on the fucking 4.
Yeah, and I've got an
Fucking
iPhone
everyone
5.
on their iPhones. Man, I have a Samsung piece of shit from about 20 years ago.
Well, my iPhone 5,
Nokia.
I'm enjoying my iPhone 5, and all the little gadgets this thing has, and also the fact that it's got more memory, like 32 gig memory.
Yeah, mine's a bloody 8 gig.
Yeah, mine was a 16. I had an 8 gig iPhone 4. My brother got me to sell that to someone, and he gave me his 4S. And then the 4S I had for 2 years, and the battery started dying, and I could replace the battery because for those who don't know, I'm very tech minded. I can actually open something up and look at the inner workings and figure out how to fucking fix it. Plus, there's YouTube tutorials everywhere, so you can do it very easily. But I wasn't giving a fuck. You know, I've got laptops and PCs that I'm just going to sell off to kind of get me going on a journey that I'm going to be going on in July. And the reason is I really haven't been asked to fix stuff. I think the only thing I'm going to be fixing is my son's Nintendo 2DS, because my younger son dropped juice all over it. So
Hold on a second,
The laser in a Wii tomorrow.
The 2DS actually broke, man. They seem like they're indestructible.
it is indestructible, but the problem is my younger son poured juice inside the fucking thing. So
right.
yeah, I let it air out. It works. I've just got to now. I cleaned out the boards and I've just got to put it back together. But for some reason I've lost all the screws. So
Like if you drop the fucking nuke on the thing, it'd be fine. It's like a cockroach; it'll survive anything.
yeah, I'm gonna put it back together.
Water.
My eldest son, it's his. My daughter also has a 3DS that I've got to get the. I've got to pay to get the cartridge slot fixed because it's not reading cartridges at all.
Oh,
But it's
blows.
yeah, it's one of those things where it's just money at the moment. Like the stuff I can fix, I'll fix it. The stuff that costs money, I have to not.
There's
cost
probably
for it.
dirt on the pins. That's all, Mike.
No,
Just
the
open
pins are
clean-
broken.
op-
I've actually
open
gone
and
in.
clean the pins.
I've opened it and the pins are actually broken.
Oh,
There's
right.
about 5 or 6 of the pins gone. So I'm like, okay, it needs to be unsoldered, and I hate solder. I'm not a solder guy. I don't solder.
No?
No, I've got the worst hands in the world. My dad had this shaky hand thing, and for some reason I've got the same thing. And it's like passed on. It's kind of a genetic thing for some. And
I used to be great at operation. I have a steady hand as a surgeon.
my hand is not fucking steady, so I'm just like and I've tried to go to some of my friends and say, hey, if I buy it, can you unsolder this and solder this on? And they're like, yeah, but I might fuck it up. So I'm like, okay, I might as well just send it to a professional, and if there's any problems, I'll get a new one anyway.
My hand is probably steady from holding my dick all the time.
Probably, yeah. I've seen how large that thing is. It's disgusting. And hell, I didn't even report you for that fucking thing, and some fucking dude reported you for something that was less fucking tense. But saying that, it's one of those things. My bike's totally fucked. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to donate her to a bike shop up in Woolwich. What they're going to do is they're going to take the frame, take off the tires and bits and pieces, take the chain off, and anything that's broken in it, because the entire thing is fucked. I mean, I replaced 6 months ago the tires, the chain, and the cog on the back. Apparently now the front pedals, where there's like a bearings inside the pedals themselves, that's fucked. So that's got to need a transplant, and it needs a complete replacement. Then the tires need replacing because they're Michellin tires. Hey, so they need replacing. Because the tread's literally gone on the fucking thing. Because I've been riding it here, there, and everywhere. People call me fucking insane for the amount that I've ridden on that bike.
You like the riding, don't you?
I do love to ride. And then the ride to live and live to ride. Then
I like to ride my bicycle. I like
damn
to
fucking
ride.
straight. I do actually ride it with my iPod in my ears, and people are just like, you know, you fucking, aren't you worried you're gonna get run over? I was like, fuck it.
Ride it with your japs on your hand.
Exactly. The other thing that's busted on there is the chain's gone, and it's literally that they would have to replace everything but the frame. And the guy gave me a good deal, said that he'd replace everything for like 110 quid, but within probably the next 3 to 6 months, and also because of the journey that I'm currently going on, it's gonna probably end up dying mid-journey. Because what I'm trying to do, guys, I'm actually looking at doing a journey into the EU, into basically Europe. So I'm going to be riding all the way through Europe. I'm going to be going from France to Germany, to all these different places, to, you know, I'm not going to do it to drink beer and hang out with people in a bar so that I can get a camper van. No, I'm doing this as a way to kind of fulfill a lifelong ambition of mine. Something that I knew that I wouldn't, if I stay in the current situation that I'm in, it makes more sense to just do it. But just do it! You know, Shia LaBeouf gave me the...
No.
I told you if you come to Ireland, I'll pay you for cutting my grass. And
Dude, that's the plan. I'm going to come to Ireland. I'm going to
do it
find out where you
myself, but I
live.
look like a fucking snot-ridden zombie because of hay fever.
I've got hay fever too, but I'll do it, man. I basically...
And I'll pay you extra on one condition. You have to wear that crusty mankini, and you have to wear the horse mask.
Dude, I'll wear it. I don't give a shit.
Are you gonna film it for the channel?
Yeah, I'll film for the fucking channel. And
I'll hold the camera.
But the thing is, guys, what I'm going to do as well is, the idea is to kind of, there's twofold that I'm going to do in this. One is I'm going to be shooting vlogs and, you know, do like radio calls and stuff. I'm working on a deal with ACMG at the moment to do updates and also blogging updates. And I'm going to be going to any part of Europe. And the great thing about it is, it's totally going to be integrated so that each and every one of you can join me on that journey. So wherever I am, if you've basically like said, hey Mike, you know, you can leave me a message on Facebook or Twitter or via my YouTube channel and say, hey Mike, I want you to go to this place and I want you to interview these people, I'll do it. Or I've got a question that I want you to ask German people, I will do it, as long as it's nothing about like fucking, you know,
Scheiße
and stuff and Jews.
Oh, it's my Scheiße.
Yeah. But yeah, no, you know, I'll do it. I'll basically go anywhere you want.
Man,
So Dave, are you back with us now?
I don't know. They kicked me out 3 times today out of system dump, so I just quote Cat from Red Dwarf. I don't want to live. Someone shoot me.
Is your computer being a twat or is it the connection?
It's a bit of both. They're both conspiring against me. Both my
I'm thinking
computer and
about nothing
internet
away,
connection.
Those
call me.
American candies that my sister got me are fucking strange.
What are they?
I put a picture up of them yesterday. What was that? The Butterfinger bites
Butterfingers.
and the peanut butter cookie dough bites. The Butterfinger bites hurt your teeth and they stick to everything. And the peanut butter ones are all right, not bad. Not as nice as the Cadbury's chocolate, I tell you, but it's okay.
So Dave, do you wanna do one of your little rants quickly? Because Tad's already ranted about his Facebook situation.
It would just be boring ass fucking internet shit, and the fact that clearly I live in a time pocket outside of the rest of England, which clearly seems to be stuck in 1965, and everything runs on fucking coal and donkey piss.
Pretty much that. And
also the fact that they know that it's shit and it's got a problem. They keep sending engineers and they can't fix it, and then they still make me pay a full £35 a month. You fucking wankers, British Telecom, British fucking turds.
Does that include your phone as well, Dave?
Mhm.
All right. I pay €34 a month, and that's just for the internet.
We're screwed where we are. This is why British Telecom know that they've basically got everyone in this area where I live held up slightly above the floor by our balls, because we can't go with anyone else. And every now and then they just gently squeeze them a little bit.
Because you're on a contract, is it?
No, we can't go anywhere else because exactly where I live, there is no one else to go to.
Shit.
I told you. It's horrible back here, being Victorian. I have to clean a chimney for a living.
just so you know, guys, as well, I've got a little bit of a rant that I want to say. Parents, if you have children, if you decided to give birth to children and they're going to school, all it takes right? If you've got like a young child and they come home with homework, all you have to do is do one set of homework a week with them. Sit down with them, go through it with them, and help them. I have no fucking sympathy for those people who sit there and go, my life is hard, when all you do is spend time at home looking after your kids and making sure that they're fed and they're clothed. That's it. You take them to school, you go home, you watch Keeping Up with the fucking Kardashians, right? And you fucking like do whatever the fuck you want. In the end, I understand looking after children is hard. They demand a lot of attention. I
heard right. Is it true that if you watch Keeping Up with it, I don't know because I don't watch it, but it is, so I guess none of you can answer this question. But I'm going to ask anyway. Is it true if you watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians on a TV that's not widescreen, you don't get to see all of her ass?
But I'm sure. Yeah, I heard you do get to see Kanye in some of the episodes, but you know. But yeah, it's it's one of those things. It's one of those things that does bug me. At the end of the day, Today, I had to do 3 months' worth of homework with my eldest daughter, who was in tears because she spent from 11 a.m. to 9 o'clock p.m. getting it all done because she didn't have anyone to help her. And the problem is, she's such a fragile little thing. She always has this kind of issue where if she does something and people and no one's there to help her, she'll just give up. My middle daughter doesn't. My youngest daughter, in a sense, and kind of the second eldest of the lot, does not give a fuck. She's like, okay, can you help me with my homework? No. All right, cool. I'll just do it myself then. If I get it wrong, I'll fucking just have the teacher just tell me I'm wrong. And she does it. She gets, she tries trial and error, and now she's like amazing. She's done all her work and literally she just sat there, did all her work. When Dad is this right, I marked it all off. She was fine. And the eldest
I never knew that fucking homework built up over time. I remember when I was in school, fucking didn't do my homework, the teacher would be like, Callahan, get outside the class. I remember one time the teacher grabbed me by the knob. Do you want me to tell you about that story?
You might as well finish it when he started it.
Right, in English class, I used to get random boners in school. So I had a hole in my school trousers, and I used to be fondling with myself in the class. And I was walking out of the classroom one day, and the teacher stops me, and she goes, "Tadg, come here, give me that phone." Reached into my pocket and grabbed me by the top of the knob. And I was like, "Okay." And she's like, "Go on, get out, Callahan." There's fucking big red face on her.
The best day ever.
Here you go, love. Set it to vibrate and finish yourself off.
You're just like, now you started it, you might as well have finished it.
A couple of my friends were with me and they just broke their bollocks laughing.
When she grabbed it, did it go?
Man, at those times we had the Nokia 3210. Remember those big fucking blocks? Jesus Christ.
I remember those. The closest you got to doing a text message was you would write a note, put it on the phone, put elastic band around it, just throw it at someone.
So you really did play Snake?
I was playing Trouser Snake, yeah.
What about a pocket pool?
Well, I couldn't fit my balls into my pocket, so the top of my knob had to do.
There you go, ladies and gents.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ireland's here a week.
This is what Tadg gets up to. I've seen like bringing videos of this guy sticking bottle rockets up his anus.
Bottle rocket.
I think you'll find that was in his independent production of Armageddon.
Yeah, because I've like Steven Tyler just standing there going,
fall asleep.
I think you'd want to without fucking burning your ass.
The gerbils played by Bruce Willis.
I had to sleep face down for the fucking few days after that. Never again.
Oh god, this is what.
Never again.
These are the people we associate with on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. These are our many friends and family, and people I call the closest to me. But it's a funny thing. It's like Tadg lived a very rich and fun life. But it's, when it comes to school, when it comes to like being a kid, kids need a few things. There's only a few things you need to do for your children, and I'm going to give you Michael Burhan's top 5 things you can do for your kids. Number 1,
beat them heavily. Sorry.
Make sure that they're entertained. I mean, literally, just like take them out to the park every once in a while, or let them play with other kids. 2, and I don't mean let them play in traffic. Seriously. Number 2. Clothe them and feed them. It's a necessity that they actually stay warm and that they eat something, because they need to live. Number 3, do their homework because their minds are forever expanding and you want them to be very intelligent because you want them to have a better life than you. That's my goal here. I'm kind of failing at that at the moment because they are failing at school. Number 4.
Have a game of Cave Explorer.
Exactly. Number 4.
You want to go to school? No.
Number 4. Make sure they're emotionally okay. And I mean, there's several forms of abuse. There's physically beating them and also playing Cave Explorer. And there's the other one, which is basically being emotionally abusive. Don't slag your child off or call them a failure or call them a klutz or something. If there's something wrong or if they feel they're being bullied at school, make sure you talk with them and you just sit down and figure out whatever the hell's going wrong because you don't want to pay.
Wrong, you simply correct it by sending them to Catholic boarding school.
Or that. But you don't want to basically end up having your child emotionally abused so that some other poor sod's going to end up taking that fucking investment on after they end up, oh look, I hit the jackpot, she's amazing, oh god, the amount of emotional abuse that's going on with this woman. It's
and fact number 5, never have a strangle wank on your kid's birthday and fall through a ceiling.
Why have I got a funny feeling that this has happened? No. Number 5 in the biggest thing in the world.
Reinforce your ceiling and then you can. Number 5.
Number 5 and the one.
Blow your muck on their birthday cake.
The only one that I've always said to people, just make sure that your kids are happy. If they're unhappy, then you're doing something wrong. And this is what makes me laugh. This isn't the fucking Sims, where if this kid dies, you're sitting there going, oh,
Oh, it's alright, I just count to 5 and it'll respawn.
You know what I mean? This is actually the sort of thing, this is real life, and kids are people too. They want to make sure
my friend came back
happy.
from Afghanistan. I actually asked him, dude, when you get shot, you just hide for 3 seconds and then you're fine.
Or does he hide under a box?
Jesus was suffering from awful lag when it took him 3 days to respawn.
Oh,
and then if I need to get extra height so I can take, in the armed forces so I can take out the bad guys, I rocket jump. I just point my grenade launcher at the
That'd be like
floor.
you, Dave. You've terrible internet. It'll take you 3 days to respond.
All the British soldiers would be running forward and it'd just be me, slightly shaking, glitching. What's up with Wadey? Oh, he's got terrible internet.
It does make me laugh though. Apparently in the local paper recently, you had one of these old World War II veterans sit there and go, most people say it was traumatizing. I thought it was a great bit of fun. I still enjoyed it. Going around shooting people. I was like, good for you.
Okay.
I think. Happy anniversary. I went and joined the army when I was
Please tell
15.
me you weren't in the Home Guard.
He seems cheerful, and he's at his tender old age, still. But yeah, going from that, in other news, the Queen's
adult news.
here in the UK, the Queen's speech happened, and made me fucking crack up with laughter. How a woman sitting on a solid gold throne with people that have been paid to knock on the fucking MPs' doors to make them come out of their room, their little hidey hole.
Do that job for 45k a year.
Do you know what I mean? And then with this golden fucking scepter rod thing, then with a jewel encrusted crown, tell everybody in the United Kingdom that we all need to cut back and save 8.6 billion.
I think we should let Tadg on the speech in his black crusted costume.
I think he probably would have sold everything and had the crown with his mankini on.
I want to be.
I actually don't know where that mankini's gone, man. It's crawled into some dark corner of this house. That's
Do you know what? The probably think it's probably in the House of Commons, and David Cameron is probably wearing it at the moment.
It just wrapped itself around fucking Bertie Ahern or something, man. Some big fucking mad politic over here.
It's become self-aware and now it's in charge of our foreign policy.
It is. Probably.
But there's literally
He's going to play for Liverpool next year.
Everywhere in the United Kingdom.
Don't you
surely
take Liverpool's
fucked.
name in vain, man.
Do you know what makes me laugh? They're selling off the NHS, they're selling off the Postal Service, they're selling off everything, and they're like, we still need to cut back, we still need to save money. And to everybody who is going to remain here in the United Kingdom, all I can say is, sorry.
This is what you get because you voted Labour and they bankrupted the country.
And it is what you get because you voted the fucking same wankers in who are going to keep cutting you until you're straddled. It's like someone choking you while you're having a wank until you can't breathe.
It's like someone choking you when it's your son's birthday downstairs.
Strangle wank.
It is a strangle wank. It's a David Carradine type of strangle wank. I think they don't know whether to let go yet, and then the family blames ninjas.
Do you think there's a special part of heaven, right? You know, like I like to think there's a part of heaven where like Kurt Cobain hangs out with Jimi Hendrix and stuff. But do you think there's a part of heaven where like David Carradine hangs out with Michael Hutchins?
If there isn't a part of heaven where that takes place, then I don't want to go to heaven.
I like to think that they're really upset because now in heaven they can't die, so there's no sort of real, turn on from their struggle.
If there isn't a place where I could have a strangle wank and, have unlawful sex with a horse, then I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Wilbur, I'm gonna blow my load.
I think Tag's having a fucking fit right now.
I think he's having a strangle wank.
That's power. He puts the power in power metal gaming. You could open up a new channel called Power Metal Wanking.
I'm laughing
Start
at
the
strangle
horns
wank
while he's
video.
fucking struggling.
I wouldn't though because people might not like it.
That strangle wank video is hilarious. Have you watched that, Mike?
No, not yet. I'm surprised that hasn't been flagged by people. I'm too prude. Fuck you.
Do you know what I call it? I call it middle lane on the motorway syndrome. You know when there's nothing on the left and nothing on the right? So there's something on the left so you can't overtake because you can't undertake that. And there's the bloke in front in the middle lane of the motorway driving at 50 miles an hour. And why is he doing it? Because I'm right and everyone else should follow my lead. Or you could fuck off and get a sense of humour.
Exactly. And the one thing I will have to point this out as well. If you don't like, and a lot of people like going to me, if you don't like it here in the United Kingdom, you need to leave. I am leaving, fuckers. July can't come fast enough. Sorry,
Send me back a baguette.
Yeah, it'll be a mouldy baguette by the time I send it back.
Well then just buy me one from Germany. Same thing, eh?
I'll just buy you a fucking baguette in Bristol.
Because then it'll be a French stick.
But I'm char. Well, you know what I will do, Dave? You know what I will do? I'm actually going to make the trip down to yours and hand over my iPhone 4S. So
Lovely.
and we could record a video. We could record a video together.
We could.
It won't be a strangle wank video because I think Tag's probably thinking about that.
I'll buy you a kebab.
Ooh, that'd be awesome. Burhan and the boy.
I'll get you the large mixed on a sheesh. It's awesome.
Oh, you're splashing out the big bucks now, Dave. The big
I'm a
bucks.
special at that shop. They upgrade me automatically.
What about that porno you were going to start shooting there a while back, Mike? You know, the boner for Burhan, where you're lashing loads of these men out of it.
Do you mean my Silent Hills?
The boner for Burhan, no?
Boner for Burhan? I never was going to ever do that.
Side B would be still my Silent Hills. Come into my Silent Hills. Come on, my Silent Hills.
One thing, I do want to ask you guys a question. As people who've been in relationships, we've all been in very dodgy relationships ourselves. I don't know.
Oh my God, yes.
Tad's got like a huge penis, so he probably doesn't have dodgy relationships. He probably ends up killing them.
They're buried underneath my bedroom floor.
I could actually believe that. Like that episode of Mad Men.
It's been in my fruit cellar.
But with being in those dodgy relationships, when has that moment come where you felt like enough is enough, and you decided you wanted out? Did the person that you were in the bad relationship with dump you, or did you end up dumping them?
My folks had to step in.
Okay. Give us a little bit
It
of
went
info.
both ways. Just go crazy and make the bitch dump you.
Did you get a
Stick
restraining
pockets up
order
your
put
ass
on?
and scare them away. There's
To
a few
the
things.
Armageddon theme song.
I can't believe that wasn't in the movie 10 Ways to Lose a Guy.
I remember one of my friends went out on a date there with someone, and he had like a golden sparkly man tongue, and he showed it to your one in the fucking coffee place wherever he was going, and Jim one just went up and walked out on him because he showed her his man tongue.
You know what? I think I don't know if this is just an Irish thing, and you're all just a bunch of crazy fucks, but we need to party.
I'm up for that.
That'll be hilarious, just
Same.
watching you in your mankini going after anything with a pulse.
We've already established that his mankini now lives in the House of Commons, isn't a politician.
It is, yeah. It's gone somewhere. I have to buy a new one.
It's become David
I
Cameron.
like to think your mankini is like T1000 and just goes onto the person.
It's taken over David Cameron. It's like underneath his suit, he takes it off, and it's
Well,
the mankini going.
Before it went rogue,
good.
anyway, it's been on about 20 arses.
Oh,
It's gained
That's a
sentience.
lot of mileage on them skid marks.
Yeah, it's gained sentience and it's taken
Never
over.
been washed. Sorry,
It's gained sentience and it's taken over David Cameron.
that was the rule. It was not. It's not allowed to be washed.
He wears it like a mask.
It was like when we were up in the house. I rented out a house with one of my mates a few years ago, and we had a thing called the naked cape. And basically, it's like this Dracula cape that we got on Halloween one year. And if you wear it, you have to be completely bollock naked, and you have to wrestle with people in the house. So yeah, and someone got sick on it, and the rule was you're not allowed to wash it,
Jesus.
and you have to wrestle with people when you have it on in the nip.
Fuck. Did that thing ever crack in half?
Well, I'm going to say there's probably a Doctor Who episode based on it called Day of the Mankini.
Subtitle: The Cockmongler.
Yeah. It's like you just have like loads of these people getting taken over by this mankini with sentience. It's like Planet of the Apes. It's learned to talk and live among us, and it's training others.
Oh man,
You'll never go into Marks and Spencer's again.
I flipped out of my mind saying, "Where the fuck did you put that?" Oh, I don't know. I didn't see it anywhere. It definitely has a mind of its own.
Well, there's one other thing that I want to point out. There's a video that's gone viral of Shia LaBeouf trying to be a motivational speaker. I don't know if he did this on purpose to get people to actually acknowledge him, or if this
I don't
was
like
just...
Shia LaBeouf. He's a fucking arsehole.
But it was like a happy accident because he's done. Here's one of them for you lovely people to listen to.
Can you really shoot? You'll kill him too! Do it! Now! Just do it! In front of you, I can finally die. Yesterday, after that, just do it!
Fucking Metal Gear.
Dreams come true! Neither truly alive nor truly dead.
So yeah, that's kind of Shia LaBeouf. Or my favourite one, of course, if I can find this Shia LaBeouf video on my timeline. It's probably easy to find now that your like face farting vid's gone. You know, so we all mourn for the face farting vid. By the way,
it was only up like it only took a fraction of your page.
Yeah, it's upset me. I feel like at a loss without this video. Someone also gave me a little image of a guy drinking booze from his baby.
Oh, I was tagged in that as well.
Yeah,
Best invention ever.
best invention ever, of course.
Filling your fake baby with alcohol and then drinking out of a straw that's in its head.
Now here's the other one that someone managed to do with it. Okay, it's how this thing plays.
Do it! Just do it! Don't
Who's
let
that?
your dreams be dreams. Yesterday, you said tomorrow. So just do it!
He looks like he's
Make
taking
your
a shit,
dreams
literally.
Come true! Just
Dave's
do
back
it.
on there.
Some people dream of success while you're gonna wake up and work hard at it. Nothing is impossible. You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just
No.
do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!
We meant to be recording a show here.
If you're tired of starting over,
Or
Yeah,
just watch it.
I'm just listening. I'm listening to Shia LaBeouf motivate me with his posing. Just do it. So, did that motivate you, Tag? Did that
No.
that motivate you to get another mankini and just do it?
What, just buy another mankini and wear it around?
I think he was advertising himself for Nike. That's probably the reason why he did it. You know?
Oh, just do it, yeah.
Yeah, just do it.
Do it!
In the video, he does sound like he's taking a shit though. he sounds like he's taking a dump. A friend of mine was just like, do it, and I'm like, what, just take a shit? And he's like, no, don't let your dreams be dreams. I was like, there's a steaming pile of dreams. So yeah, it's Shia LaBeouf, ladies and gentlemen. I think he did it in front of a green screen as well, so I've got a funny feeling that he did this with the intention that people would just meme the fuck out of it.
It was like that thing that Jean-Claude Van Damme did, and just let everyone create something out of it. Remember that video?
They're so tight.
He was doing the splits on the trucks.
He did something on a green screen, and he just basically let everyone do whatever the fuck they wanted with him. Like, some people did some great videos of it.
Sounds like the beginning of his career, because he kind of let loads of people do stuff to him before he became famous. True story. He was living out of the trunk of his own car at one point.
Bison, you son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. Bison! It's actually so funny that a guy who sounded like he was French, basically...
Kind of an American fucking soldier.
Yeah. And then Kylie Minogue playing Cammy, a British woman who sounded like she was Australian.
Well, Cammy was British, yeah.
No, but Kylie Minogue was Australian.
Yeah.
She sounded more like she was Australian. And then you had...
And then Rio looked like a malnourished Jap.
Yeah, and then you had Ken, who just looked like a fucking idiot. And then Bison, who looked like a Puerto Rican. I loved Raul Julia.
He's brown bread now.
Yeah, that was his last movie. I think he probably sat there, like, got to heaven, and they're like, "So you're here, Raul Julia?" He's like, "Shit,
Psycho Crusher."
Like fucking Street Fighter was my last movie. Fuck.
A fucking pile of shit, that movie.
Yeah, that movie was a pile of shit. It was lit. You know, and
I liked it when I was younger, but now I can't watch it nowadays. No way.
Well, it is much better than the Legend of Chun-Li.
Oh god, that's a nightmare of a movie.
It was so bad that it made you just break into a Schwarzenegger accent. Oh god, that's disgusting. What the fuck were you doing? You know, speaking of that, what's the worst video game movie you guys watched?
House of the Dead, probably. Fucking that Yui Ball piece of shit.
Anything Yui Ball in video games is usually pretty shit.
Wasn't the House of the Dead? Didn't that have like fucking in-game footage for no fucking reason?
Yep.
No, it's terrible.
And what was that one, In the Name of the King or whatever, had fucking, what's his name of the
Jason
transport?
Statham.
Burt fucking Reynolds. Yeah, Jason Statham, Burt Reynolds is the king, and who's the bad guy? Ray Liotta was the bad guy.
Yeah, how would you cast Burt Reynolds as a fucking king? You know, he was trying to speak like he was fucking with an English accent, and he just sounded like he wanted to, like, steal you and put you in his basement.
Oh my god.
The dude from Smokey and the Bandit was the king. Think about that, people. Think about it.
I expected Jerry Reed to show up on some kind of hot rod carriage or something like that and running a bunch of kegs of fucking Coors or something like that.
My favourite catastrophe of an Uwe Boll movie was Alone in the Dark. That movie made no fucking sense.
What was the name of that Yui Ball movie where the chap just goes on a rampage and starts killing everyone?
Postal. That's another video game.
No, it was I can't remember what it's called. It was actually a decent one. Who was in it again? This guy goes into a coffee shop basically, and he buys all this armor. He just goes around blowing the shit out of everyone.
Sounds like my life. Like a dream I had last week.
I don't know now.
Like getting in an armor and going to the Houses of Commons. I'll be like, take that, David Cameron. You can serve it, pricks.
Let me check its IMDb. Didn't Yui Ball threaten other directors to a fist fight? He said he was a bad
boxing matches.
He beat the fuck apparently out of one of his critics. The guy, you know, he went in. The guy criticised one of his movies, and he's like, "I challenge you to a boxing match." The guy was all right then, and then he beat the fuck out of him in the ring. And I was like, okay, I kind of respect you there, but as far as a director, you're still shit because you're shit. He had a guy who basically was sat there, talked shit about Michael Bay, and Michael Bay was just like, "I make money, motherfucker. I don't even know who the fuck you are."
Yeah, the movie I was talking about is called Rampage. This is what it says on IMDb. A man with a thirst for revenge builds a full body armor from Kevlar and goes on a killing spree.
Sounds like Dave Wade's channel.
It's basically like Postal. Just going around and kills everyone. What's your man's name? Brendan Fletcher is in it.
I don't know who that guy is.
He has a familiar. He was in Freddy vs. Jason. He was in. Oh, you'd know his face. He's in a lot of stuff.
Trying to think of another shitty movie.
There's another thing I wanna ask you about, Sean. You've got a little bit of controversy going on with you and Hyperkim. Do you want to talk about that?
Yeah. Fuck. Bring it to the point of origination there. Back in the fall of 2013, I was sitting down brainstorming one day on what I wanted to do with the Raspberry Pi. And so I thought about my first computer, which was a Commodore VIC-20. Me and my brothers and my sisters used it quite a bit, plugged into the TV as a predecessor to the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
And I remembered about the rig, a little USB rig you can put inside a gutted one called a keyray. You can get them for the VIC-20, the 64, Amigas, and stuff like that. And what it does is pretty much just makes it into a USB keyboard.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
My plan was to make it so you mount the Raspberry Pi inside and a couple other things, and pretty much you can have a retro gaming system and, play the PC, the old school PC games, even fucking blow people's minds. You play specky games on a VIC-20. And, I laid out the schematics a bit and everything like that, and even took pictures of the schematics and put them on Facebook, and all my stuff's usually posted as public just because, I'm involved in the gaming community and that, and...
Yeah, I was wondering why my dad liked one of your fucking posts there the other day. What the hell did he fucking...
Yeah, my shit's all public, see? And I even talked over this with Electric Sales Prime Mark for here because he decided to go get a Kira because he had two VIC-20s and one was dead. But fast forward a few months later, and I see at Midland, Midwest Retro Gaming Show, whatever it is, back in May of 2014, they reveal they're making the Retron X86, which is an ARM-based computer inside of a Commodore VIC-20. And it's going to have emulators and blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I even tried to contact them on Facebook, contact them on Twitter. I posted the pictures. I was like, this is something I drafted up back in September 2013, so what's up? And when I contacted on Twitter, they're like, is that the picture you posted on our, in capital letters, Facebook page? And that was it. But now, project sounds like it's dead in the water since then, but... I've been, trying to contact them. They've been ignoring my messages about it, but
obviously
pretty much it seems
stealing ideas, man. They're fucking bunch of shitheads.
Mm.
What happened to that Retron 5? Did that actually come out at the end?
Yeah, it came out. They upped the price.
I don't think many people bought it.
It had some problems. Like it's supposed to extract the ROM, play through an emulator, and even be able to extract your save files and then re-upload them to the cartridge. Now, the thing is, it actually ended up just erasing the bloody save files most times on people. And, people needed a crowbar to take the fucking cartridges out of the slots. It was held back because of the slots that they had were shit and things like that. And then,
wrong measurements on the cuts.
Yeah. And not only that, they found out a few months ago that the emulators they were using were actually based on open source emulators, but these emulators had commercial conditions with them. You weren't allowed to use them for commercial purposes, like putting them into a video game system and making money off of it. So they said, there's going to have to be an update or whatever when you do the update on your Retron and 5 and fucking, we're going to have to change the emulators or whatever. So they've been caught on stealing before.
Did the Retron 5 actually have internet capability?
No, it doesn't.
How could you update it?
I think it was like an SD card slot used just for updating images.
Really?
Mm.
Jesus Christ, man, that's real fucking. It's kind of backwards, isn't it? And how much was the system going for in the end when they released it eventually?
They said $99 first, and then it turned around to be 150 American. So it was like it was like 70 quid, and now it's like over 100 quid. So I mean, it's just they're running into a lot of issues with copyright and things like that. So it's been proven they haven't been very smart on that end, or just being brazen about it. I think they're a bunch of cockmonglers myself. For what you pay for one of those, the individual systems that you can emulate, not emulate, individual systems you can buy don't even add up to the price of this thing. Yeah, it has HDMI out only, and it can use the old controllers with the ports on the side. And has
how many ports are there altogether?
There's a DB9 style one for Master System and Sega Genesis because you can use power-based converter. They discovered that, so they redesigned the case a bit. And then besides that, there's Super Nintendo and Nintendo. but it can play Nintendo/Famicom, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and it can also play Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis, and with the power base converter, it can play Master System.
It doesn't go look up to N64 cartridge wise, no.
No, because I'd say the hardware they're using that thing is like a low grade ARM system, probably like ARM 5 or something like that.
It doesn't even play like
there's one
repos, does it? It doesn't even play repos.
No, it has a problem with repros. It has a problem with some of the unauthorized cartridges. It has problems with, like I said, saving the save files that are on things. Like if you had a Pokemon save file on there and you tried to save directly to the cartridge, most times it'll erase that save. Same thing with
fuck that. No way.
Mario. Was it the
6 golden coins?
No.
Mario
The
Land 2.
one for Super Nintendo. The
Mario
RPG.
World. Oh, Super
Mario RPG. Yeah, it was erasing files on that and everything too. So it's like,
hell.
Yeah. Now there's one that's coming out in Japan, and it does like Super Nintendo, Super Famicom. I think it does Mega Drive, Famicom only, no Nintendo. It's got a Famicom slot, but it also does PC Engine and TurboGrafx.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
It was just advertised there the other day. It's a retro system for over there.
It looks so fucking amazing.
Actually, speaking of saves, I need to change the battery in my Mario 6 golden coins on the Game Boy. It's one of my favorite Mario games. Need to change the
I
battery.
love that game.
6 golden coins is amazing.
I mean, even graphically in the gameplay, like the spin jump thing where you can break blocks under you and stuff like that. Like, they didn't
going
put
up to
stuff
space
that's
and fucking bouncing around in zero gravity and fighting.
Oh
fucking
man, that music
aliens.
on there.
Yeah. And can you remember getting up to space? You had to like jump in the hippo and fucking in a bubble.
Yeah. Oh, fuck
So
that.
good.
Oh, that game's amazing.
Yep.
Hands down for me, the best.
It's the best Mario game on the Game Boy. It's better than Mario Land 1 anyway. I had to change the battery, and every time I turn it off, I lose my save. Well, it's fucking
Oh,
bollocks.
fuck.
I actually had my Game Boy out here. I was playing fucking Castlevania The Adventure, and I was playing Gradius and Contra. Well,
I got,
Global Detector it's called here.
I got a Game Boy Color, but I dropped it and the speaker doesn't work any longer, and I want to replace the bezel on it.
play
And
an
now I
SD.
got a link save there for a front light kit you can get for them, and it gives you replacement bezel and everything for like $20.
Oh
And I
man,
gotta take it apart anyway.
I'd give my left ball for an AGS 101 model of the Game Boy SP because it has a backlight instead of a front light,
Yeah.
and it's much
Which is
clearer.
lovely.
My daughter has that.
Who?
My daughter. I bought it from a retro store for her.
A Game Boy SP AGS 101 model with the backlight.
It has both, yeah.
Fucking hell! I'd fucking suck a dick for one of those, man. They're
Buy
fucking
my
expensive.
belt.
They're very expensive, man.
Is it?
I'm
I
just
got
gonna
it for
grab a
like
beer. I'll be right back.
I got it for like £20.
Yeah, I've loads of normal SP models, the 001 ones, but I don't have the AGS 101, and I need that one.
Oh, awesome. Well, I don't think she'll get rid of it. So, otherwise, I would give it to you, man. I'll be more than happy to hand it over to you. I've got like 6 Game Boy Advances.
Yeah, I have a few myself. There's the music. Mario 6 golden coins.
Oh, I love that game.
Is Dave there, is he?
He's coming back in a bit, hopefully, but I don't know. Apparently, he's having internet issues. He may not actually return to the show tonight, but we shall keep it on in his name. So,
I'll take a spot for that.
exactly. So for Hyperkin, tell me, what do you guys?
Sean's gonna have to grab a beer.
I'm here.
Oh, he's back.
I'm eating some
Game Boy.
Monster Munch. Game Boy.
Did you hear that?
Damn straight.
Bleeding?
So let me ask you, you guys like a question in terms of, Megas did a video quite recently about him ranting about the YouTube community. We kind of touched on it in the last episode about Hand and Boy. Do you guys feel that the community in general is actually starting to get a little bit stronger now this is happening?
I think so. It's a bit unifying there. You're seeing a lot more people speak out about this now.
There's a few people that talk to each other, yeah, but I don't know, man. It's a bit weird, to be honest. I could talk about it. I could rant about it, but I don't know if I even wanna.
What do you think is needed?
People keeping to their word.
Who do you think isn't keeping to their word?
To be honest, the one that started it is not keeping to his word.
Who, Magus?
Yeah. Support the smaller groups. I post things up on Magus X1. He doesn't pay attention to it. You know, that he sees it the way it comes up as seen, and then he's not even subscribed to me on fucking YouTube. I don't know. Some people just don't stick to their original word. He's given me a few shout outs, and it's really nice of him, and it's a great idea for the community. But if you're gonna give people shout outs, man, at least you could do is subscribe to them.
Now, I'm going to keep trying myself, with the YouTube of the week. I want to try and push as many of the lower channels as well, like I currently did with Chris Orbins. I believe he's on like 366 subscribers now. The guy's actually he surpassed me, believe it or not. And but a lot of his content's really good. I enjoy his channel, and I made sure that I gave him a real big hefty shout out for that. Because he's been great, and I have to admit I've posted a lot more videos this week than I intended to. I was supposed to only post 2 videos. I ended up posting like 4 videos this week just because.
There's someone else playing Mario there. I can hear it.
Yeah, I got the Raspberry Pi going.
Oh, right. Sorry, Mike.
No, it's fine. Including that Tough Nut video I did. That was fun.
That was
I love that.
That was fucking hilarious, man. I want to be like this guy. Ah! Fucking.
For some reason, though, WWE hasn't acknowledged it at all. I don't think they ever intended to, because I think they feel that it's probably a mockery of their thing. But hey, they want like the other guys who every single person goes, I want to be tough enough because I'm angry.
You're tough enough to hit yourself in the dick with a hammer.
That's pretty much it. It's like the girls themselves are like, I'm gorgeous and I can tangle with women. Great. I have no experience, but I'm going to stand here and pose. Look, muscles. Muscles. Do you see my muscles?
Makes me think of Jim Carrey's character in Living Color. Was the Eastern European bodybuilder chick or whatever? Oh my god.
But it's
notice when Mario gets the firepower in the Game Boy version, he
The
gets
feather.
Gets a feather on his head, yeah.
And if he gets that carrot, he gets, was it?
The rabbit ears.
Yeah.
I think
If
it's a
you
way for it to
have a
stand out.
turbo-enabled way to play it, if through emulation, anyway, I play it on my PSP as well. If you hold down the turbo version of the jump button for when you're the rabbit ears, you won't descend. You'll just be able to glide in the same spot back and forth.
Holy shit.
I'm gonna pause this.
Bling.
I was doing some tinkering there today and set up there in the living room. Roommate took her flat panel PS3 into her room. So I said, fuck it, I'm going to get something set up for the common area. There's a spare tube TV there, a 14-inch Citizen, and has this video in. So I decided to take some old shelving we had from work that we no longer used. I set that up so the VCR is there. My Zenith Lego turntable sound system with 2 great big fucking 12-inch woofer speakers with tweeters on it. Output the TV directly to that, and hooked up to the TV is the VCR and my Xbox 360. I wish my VCR had this video. But it's fun and dandy.
Yeah, I think I have a VCR there that has this video on it.
Yeah, we had one at the TV station I worked at there. It was broadcast quality. It was an editing deck, and I wish I could get my bloody hands on it. It's a really nice JVC, and it has 5-head and all that jazz. But yeah, for now it's pretty fine there. I'm gonna probably put my little flat panel music for my monitor here actually out there in its place at some point. But or maybe down the road, maybe while I'm at my larger flat panel, just using a smaller flat panel for when my dual monitor setup here with my computer. But yeah, it's pretty good for now. Tube TV, I'm just rocking it out and fucking. I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw and the thing with my VCR there the other night. I go thrifting a lot and I pick up nice VHS whenever I do, especially if it's Paramount with those colored cassettes in that. And yeah, I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw there the other night. Fucking leather suit Eddie Murphy. He should suit up again and fucking go on tour.
That was the best Eddie Murphy, I think. I think now he's kind of a shell of his former self. You can tell that he wants to stay relevant.
You haven't heard Eddie Murphy in years, man. I don't even know if he's still doing anything.
He does a few bit parts here and there and has tried to reignite his career, but I think the problem is he doesn't know what he's doing wrong. In my opinion, I heard they are going to be doing another Beverly Hills Cop movie to try and bring him back, but I think he's past it. I think he's done.
Didn't I hear Chris Tucker they're going to do another Rush Hour or something like that?
Apparently his fee's too expensive.
Oh, I remember hearing about it a while ago.
Well, he's got a lot of back taxes he owes to the IRS. He's not quite Wesley Snipes there, but he had to sell his house down in Florida.
Oh, shit.
Was this his actual house, or was it just one of the many houses he owns?
I don't know. I'd say he owns more than one. But
then no, I don't really feel any sympathy for him.
No.
It's like
Guy's career is not nearly as lively either, but he was not so much flash in the pan, but this is a bit shorter.
he made a lot of money very quickly, and I think that's why. He doesn't do much. He's like, he did the Rush Hour movies, made a shit ton of money because he had them by the balls, and then just didn't do anything else because his asking price was humongous. I think he got like something like 70 million.
What, he asked for like the money, he didn't get what he was taking, no?
He got a lot.
That's
Apparently,
like fucking what Bruce Willis
he got
did
paid
with
a lot
with
more. He got paid a lot more than
the
Jackie Chan.
Expendables. Remember, he asked for so much money, and the fucking Sylvester Stallone just told him to fuck off.
Yeah, he's like, we're friends, and he's like, yeah, well, money. But the thing is, a lot of actors have just had enough of, you know, Bruce Willis. From what I gathered, he's had an issue with typecasting. He doesn't like being cast in action movie roles all the time, and it's like, I get it, but don't do them. Do you know what I mean? You don't have to do them. You don't have to do an action movie. You can do other things. Just tell your agent every time an action movie script gets sent to you that you just pass on the fucking role. But you know, it's probably because he's had one too many divorces that he probably needs the money. You know, but saying that, does he still pay Demi Moore any money? I don't know.
No idea, man.
But it is one of those things where his attitude, he's got a huge attitude problem, but I do get it.
Oh, he's got a big fucking ego, he has.
But I do get some of the reason why he has that attitude. Like, you know, did you see what happened to Robert Downey Jr. when he was like talking about the Avengers, and the fucking like journalist just went in and started trying to talk to him about his drinking problem and his dad and stuff, and he was just like, "I'm not here to talk about that. I'm just here to talk about the movie. What, you know, what the fuck?"
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous.
He was bad off for years up until Iron Man came around.
I was always on his side though. At the end of the day, I felt that he was just going in the bad direction. He was someone who he got famous so quickly, and I get it. Do you know what I mean? I really understood what was going on and why it was happening, and I felt for him. And at one point, when he was trying to turn his life around, when he went in and joined the cast of Ally McBeal, and then when he got caught with those two hookers in his hotel room and a gun.
Lucky bastard.
Well, in the end, as I said, I'm not. I think he's turned his life around for the better now. When he was cast originally as Iron Man, I was like, "You sure?" But then afterwards, I was like, "Yeah, I get it." You know, I understand.
He's did a lot of great things as well. There recently, did you see that video where he goes to a kid's home where like a kid had an amputated arm and like he gave him like an Iron Man arm, but he plays.
Yeah, it even came in Stark Industries fucking case.
Yeah, he even came in the fucking playing like full acting. Never broke character.
He doesn't. He never breaks character until after the DVD commentary.
I watched that there the other night.
I still love him in that movie.
What do you mean,
so
you people?
good in
What do
that
you
movie.
mean, you people?
The fact where he does like he plays a black guy, then breaks into an Australian accent. I'm just like, you man, you are a man of many talents. How the fuck aren't you doing anything else? And that's the thing. He's been pigeonholed as
Tropic
Iron Man.
Thunder, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been pigeonholed at the moment as Iron Man, and I think he's gotten a bit pissed off about that. But he's amazing. He can do a hell of a lot more.
Tony Stark.
Yeah, but he doesn't want to do it anymore.
No.
Do you remember what happened with you could tell in Avengers Age of Ultron he was phoning that fucking thing in. He didn't give a fuck.
I like that fight between the Hulkbuster armor and...
Oh, it was the best fucking thing in the movie.
Yeah, there was a
He's
murmur.
punching him, he just looks at him, spits out teeth, he's like, I'm sorry.
There's a murmur going around apparently that Civil War is going to be his last movie as Tony Stark, aka Iron Man, and he's done. But I'm always a fan of, you don't have to, define the role by the person. You can just define the role on its own. They had several. The Batman was a fucking revolving door at one point. I don't understand why they can't just recast the fucking role and keep it going. It doesn't make sense to me.
If they would have got Christian Bale back.
Yeah, look, hell, fuck, they recast the role of Mad Max. Tom Hardy seems fine. He seems like he picked it up where like Mel Gibson left off.
Well, Mel Gibson's gone fucking nuts these days, man.
You see him in that? Was it that the fucking movie with Machete? The second Machete he was in.
I didn't see the second Machete, no.
It's almost like self-parody. The first one, it goes like a little step further in that with its ridiculousness. Like at one point, Michelle Rodriguez's character loses her other eye. Oh my god! Like it did not take itself totally seriously. Like even like it has like its own little grindhouse trailer before the final feature, so to speak.
Mm.
Oh my god! My guy Meltzer got fat.
What's your thoughts on this fucking whole bullshit where The Rock playing the fucking big?
Oh yeah, Jack. He's gonna be playing Jack.
Yeah, I think The Rock can go. No offense to Dwayne Johnson, but go fuck yourself.
Exactly, I'm the same way, man. He's not going to play no Jack Burton. Well, Jack Burton sound a time like this, eh? Good old Jack.
I will say, if he does get it made, if it gets produced, everybody out there, if you don't want him playing this role, do not go to the cinema and fucking watch this movie. Do not do it.
Originally, back in the 80s, the Big Trouble in China flopped in the cinemas, and over time it grew a cult following. So.
Yeah.
Also, over the John Carpenter did that.
So he's like, let's buy it for cheap. Let's buy it for cheap.
Following is only a certain group of people that absolutely love that movie. No one's gonna go see this fucking thing. No one, like the kids these days, haven't a clue what Big Trouble in Little China was.
Yeah, but this is where the ego comes in, isn't it? I'm The Rock. I can sell anything because everyone's blowing him up. Every single fucking Hollywood newspaper's blowing him up as the guy who can single-handedly save a franchise. Because apparently, even before Vin Diesel started doing them again, he saved the Fast and Furious franchise. Even though I believe it was Vin Diesel who did it.
Yeah.
The story.
I'm not a big fan of the big Fast and Furious anyway. So.
It's a great series as a whole, but as independent films, together as single films, they're shit. As a series as a whole, it works, right? And I've always said this. It's going to run out of life at some point anyway. But as The Rock himself, as Dwayne Johnson, I don't believe that he can single-handedly save a franchise. They're like, oh look,
no, isn't he fucking producing it as well? So he's
Yeah.
shoveling all the money into it, and he's gonna be the fucking in it
Yeah.
as well. Like, well, fuck off. If you're gonna do anything with Big Trouble in Little China, make a sequel and fucking bring back Kurt Russell. I haven't seen Kurt Russell in the movie since that fucking movie. What was the one where he was like a mad driver?
Wasn't he in G.I. Joe as well though?
Oh,
The Robert Rodriguez one.
no.
What was that
No,
called?
G.I. Joe was Bruce Willis actually in the second one.
Yeah, that was one.
What was that Robert Rodriguez movie that he was in there a while ago? Where he
the Grindhouse one, Death Proof.
Death Proof, yeah. That's the last time I seen fucking Kurt Russell in a movie.
The thing that really bugs me about the whole issue is studios have got a hard on with remaking old movies into something they find more tangible. Now, like RoboCop, for instance. Again, same situation, had a cult following behind it, and they've ruined it because they were like, let's try something different with it. It didn't work because
I wouldn't have called it RoboCop. As a movie of its own, it was decent, but if you compare it to the 1987 fucking RoboCop of Peter Weller, it's nothing. It doesn't stand anywhere near it. But as a film on its own, it was decent. But, not RoboCop.
Yeah, for me, I just felt...
Can you fly, Bobby?
Even Peter Weller basically said they didn't understand the intricacies, the little defining features.
Well, it was social commentary too, right? The original RoboCop was. It was all about 80s greed culture and shit like that as well. Hyper-violence.
Yeah.
Like
it was thinly veiled satire.
Which the funny thing is, it's still going on today. The hyper-violent culture. A dude was found in the fucking airport with a fucking semi-automatic weapon in an airport, and because he was white, was allowed to basically. Yeah, he was allowed
Don't
to.
like me.
He was allowed to walk around in a fucking airport with a semi-automatic weapon while people are freaking out, and just going, I have the right to carry arms. Really, really.
I like the third one though, where he's chasing after somebody and like he has to take a car and there's a pimp mobile, and like at one point like the fucking roof blows off it and everything at the end of the chase. It's just a chassis.
I like the remodel of the ED209 though, and the new. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but I'd really like the whole Arab terrorist thing was kind of placé in my opinion. The
whole plot was
blow up.
It was all right, but it had nothing on the original RoboCop.
And also it made Michael Keaton look like a fucking idiot. No, his role was so shit.
Yeah.
I've got this red band. You can't kill me. You can't. Boom, dead. It's like, okay, dead.
I watched Chappie the other night. Finally,
Had to kill Dick Jones because he made this. I had to kill Bob Morton because he made a mistake.
And now it's time to correct for that mistake.
It's time to erase that mistake.
oh man, Ronnie Cox is so good in that movie though.
I did love at the end where he kills the guy using his fucking that
Bitches
spike
leave.
that comes out that he hacks the computer systems with. Oh, it was so good.
Oh, the data spike in his knuckles. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Stabs him in the
I
throat.
still love that one line when in the beginning before he's RoboCop and they're chasing the other guys and the guy gets shot. And he's like, "I'm really hurt bad, man." He's like, "Can you fly, Bobby?"
Brilliant.
Throwing out the back of the fucking.
And then the dude
Fire's
fucking
moniker.
melted with toxic fucking shit and just gets splattered all over the front of the shit.
Oh man, that's so great. And fucking when he goes into the dance club and fucking drags Buddy up, Buddy punches him, he like pretty much breaks his hand, he drags him up by his hair. After like he tries to take out his gun to shoot someone and fucking he just like knocks it out of his hand and some other guy picks it up, he just starts dancing with the gun in his hand or some shit. Like fuck. Like it's so many great moments in the fucking movie.
Yeah.
Like it really
It's
is
timeless.
action comedy.
It's timeless.
The problem is, I think Dwayne Johnson has a bit of an ego about himself, and now he's kind of one of those guys who thinks that he can make anything and make it work, and that's where I think the problem. That's where the major issue is.
He doesn't suit the role.
Of course, he doesn't suit the role, but he's just like, well, I'm The Rock. I can play whatever the fuck I want. And for me, I just think they need to get away from it and move on from the situation. That would be great. It's just no. In my opinion, no.
I'm totally gonna fucking boycott that. Yeah.
I am too.
Especially.
Just no. So let's ask you guys a question. Do you think he will get to the stage where this thing goes into post-production?
I'm still waiting on him starring as Johnny Bravo, who was going to do a fucking movie that. I don't know. Some of these movies will come and say, "Oh yeah, we got this in development. We've already signed the main star," and then it fucking gets shelved for fucking years.
There's a ton of movies that were like that as well.
I'd say it will go into post-production because he's got a shitload of money, man. Money talks. Hands listening. It's gonna go through.
I really hope they don't.
I'm hoping they don't as well, but it's gonna happen, man.
Oh God. So going on from that one then, what we've got like a few more to kind of talk about, so we might as well chat a little bit more about what else is fucking going on, of course.
What else is going on?
What do you guys think of Splatoon? Here's one.
I
from
haven't
Nintendo.
played it yet.
played it yet. I need to buy it.
So many
I
people
actually
going
want
on
to
about
play it before I buy it. So
People are getting pissy because apparently you can't talk online.
who cares? If it's fun, then let's play it. I don't care about fucking voice chats.
Me neither. I don't really don't give a fuck about it.
If you enjoy the game, then fucking play it.
So
Yeah, and everyone's pissed off because there's free DLC or some shit like that, and fucking.
Everyone's pissed off because it's free DLC. Like, what the hell? If you're paying for what would you praise it?
yeah, I don't understand. I don't get what people. Everyone seems to be shitting over Nintendo at the moment, and I get it. Nintendo haven't managed things very well.
It's like
Especially,
It's like what CD Projekt Red gave us with The Witcher. Like we got fucking like 9 DLC packs or fucking something like 19, or I think it was 9. I can't remember. But they gave us a shitload of free DLC for the game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, why are you complaining? It's free, you fucking morons.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's another thing. What do you think? People are just feel entitled and over fucking privileged now? Because it seems like
I think
everyone's
so.
moaning, even if they're getting what they want, they're still fucking moaning.
Everybody's pissing and moaning now that Fallout 4 is apparently not going to be on 360 and PS3. I'm like, dudes, they're like 10-year-old systems.
Yeah, they're fucking
they kinda
last
wanna bring it up.
generation. Last
Like,
gen.
I'm buying
Yeah.
that bitch for PC, for fuck's sakes. You won't see or hear from me ever again when that
And then
game comes out.
this whole thing about fucking, what was it, Microsoft buying Silent Hill or something like that. Everyone flipping out saying that, oh, the Xbox exclusive. But you don't see other people complaining that fucking Street Fighter is fucking PlayStation 4 exclusive. Like,
Yeah, you know, for
and
me,
if they're buying Silent Hill, at least they're going to do something with it compared to
exactly.
like what?
Yeah, they should be thankful that the game's actually going to come out, for fuck's sake.
I was saying to people, wait for E3. You know, I had like the same guy basically who flagged your video was talking to me about it recently, and he just went, you know, well, Phil Spencer said that they don't know what we're talking about the whole Silent Hill situation. You know, it's a hoax. And I went,
I see the comments here.
yeah, I was just like, dude, wait till E3 happens. He's like, what do you mean? I was like, Microsoft have a knack for doing this. They
Yep.
won't reveal anything until the deal's been done. And I've got contacts within Konami at the moment who are saying this is going to happen because Konami are actually looking to sell that property off of a few others.
Yeah, because Silent Hill, the fucking property of that's just kind of floating at the moment. And if the new game is actually going to come true, Microsoft boys, that all you need is just fucking Hideo Kojima to give the go ahead, and there you go.
That's the thing, and it's like they could. And the great thing about it is, you want Silent Hills. If Microsoft buy it, they're gonna fucking spend no expense to get Kojima and Del Toro on the project, right? They'll have the game that they wanted for the fucking PS4 in the first place,
Yep.
and people are still shitting. Oh, I don't want it to happen. It's like, really?
Yeah, but no, you
Wonder if
don't
it'll
see
be
anyone,
out for PC
you don't
as
see
well.
anyone. You don't see anyone complaining on the other side, on the Microsoft side, like about Street Fighter, man. I'm pissed off about that.
Oh no,
fuck-
people complain.
Street Fighter 5 is only on like PS4, but when people realized that Silent Hill is going to be on Xbox One, there was a fucking uproar. Like, come on, fucking, it's like double standards, man. It's bollocks.
What's the like for instance, the thing that pisses me off? I still own 7th gen consoles. Right, I've got 7th gen. The only 8th gen console I own is my Wii U, which apparently it's on its last legs every year because everyone keeps saying it's on its last legs. And with the announcement of the Nintendo's new MX console, it's on its last legs.
Yeah.
And
Well, they said ages ago they were already developing the next gen console
but
anyway.
it's in incubant stages. It's not like it's gonna happen and it's gonna be done and dusted now. Do you know what I mean? But the thing that made me laugh about this so much is that everyone's just like, "Oh my god, it's gonna die," you know, it's gonna die. And I own my PS3 and I own my Xbox 360, and I know, like Rich from Review Tech USA was talking about the fact that the people shouldn't be making, you know, the console. It shouldn't be making games for those consoles and downgrading, and you need to upgrade to next gen or be lost. I don't agree with that. I really, really don't agree with that because I think that if I own a 7th gen console, they should be making games still for it. If they don't want to support it anymore, fine. But you know, in the end, I still feel if your fans still exist, if people still own these consoles, there is a reason why you should still be porting these games over. It's like when you're making a game for.
Oh
for
no,
instance-
I don't believe that, man. If they're gonna continue on, they don't want to dilute the full game by keeping it on last gen. You know, they want to move forward, and it's a good thing that they move forward. There's a ton of games on the last gen, man. It's been going since like what fucking the Xbox 360 came out in 2005, so that's like what fucking nearly 10 years worth
old.
of games, 10 years worth of games, and there's a fucking ton of games to choose from.
So you think they should ignore
They just
the
want to go
7th gen?
forward. That's all, but. They're not really going forward if they're fucking just remastering everything.
And that's another thing that bothers me. There's so much remastering going on the 8th gen consoles. It's like, why? What incentive should I have to buy an next-gen console if all they're going to do is release one game every now and then? You know, a new game on that console exclusively for that console, but port every single fucking variation of a 7th gen game on that console, which is not even. Some games aren't even a fucking year old.
I know, like the fucking Last of Us was announced. Like,
I was just gonna say, yeah.
and if you wanted to just go buy the Last of Us, if you had a PS3, you could buy the Last of Us for like what about 20 quid maybe on the PS3.
Yeah, it's
Instead
like,
of going fucking paying what $60 or €60 for a fucking, I don't know, it's crazy. If you want to play that game, play it on its original fucking format.
It bugs me. It does bug me a lot. And there are a lot of people who own that game who've bought it for the PlayStation 4. And
It was a fucking fantastic game, alright, but I'll buy it when it's cheap.
And that's another thing. It's kind of, at the moment for myself, financially, I'm not viable to do it. I cannot afford to go out, buy a PlayStation 4 and Xbox One so that I can experience these next gen games, and that kind of bugs me. But at the same level, I'm not really. There was nothing from that migrates me over to that console. Street Fighter 5 is not going to make me buy a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One.
I saved up and bought a PS4 because I wanted that fucking PT demo. The reason why I bought a Wii U actually was to get Shadow of the Eternals, but that's never happening because the fucking director of that game fucking done for child molestation or something like that.
So he really wanted to get in touch with his younger side.
Oh, yeah, well that's the reason why I bought a Wii U.
I bought a Wii U because I love Nintendo. I'm a big fan since the Nintendo Entertainment System. It does have a load of games currently out for the system. I just feel like developers are ignoring it.
Bought an Xbox One for Killer Instinct.
Okay, so let me ask you guys a question. What console? Well, Tag's kind of answered it, but what console did you buy for a single game?
Oh man!
Xbox 360 for Gears of War. That's what.
Alan Wake was for me. Alan Wake's so fucking good.
Fucking amazing game, Alan Wake was.
I still love playing. I can't believe they haven't even. They're still back and forth about if they're going to make a sequel or not.
Quantum Break will be out next year or later this year or something.
That was supposed to be out this year, wasn't it?
Yeah, they delayed it again.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a cinematic TV show like experience.
Yeah.
You know, but nah.
They're just going to release it as a game now, I think. They're not going to concentrate on the TV aspect of it anymore.
Well, yeah, I think Phil Spencer got himself involved in that. So yeah, Sean, what about you?
Oh, I can't really say I've ever bought a system for a single game, but now that the next gen's upon us, I don't have the next gen. And because of what's announced, see, I do love playing the games on PC, but I'd buy like either a PS4 or Xbox One just to play Fallout 4 when it comes out.
Yeah.
I don't know. What console did I buy? I think the Wii U I bought for the Mario games specifically.
I think that's going to be for me for the Wii U. Definitely like Bayonetta 2 and Smash Brothers.
Oh, when they released fucking the new Mario Kart, I was all on that shit. Literally all on that shit.
Who has Smash Brothers on the Wii U? I actually haven't played anyone online with that yet.
I've got it on the Wii U at the moment. I currently don't play online because the internet connection where I'm currently staying is being straddled like a motherfucker. It's really annoying because they've put up the rates of broadband to match the fibre rates. But in places where they don't have fibre, you sit there and go, okay, well I want to subscribe to your fibre plan, which is a lot cheaper than my broadband plan, which you're, literally destroying my bandwidth for. Because they have this fair use clause in where they will straddle the shit out of you if too many people are online.
Yeah.
So they'll decrease your bandwidth so that the connection doesn't fuck.
That was kind of like me when fucking all my family are here. Me and Nick Horacek, Pegasus.
Yeah.
We tried to be in Mortal Kombat, but it just kept kicking us out because I think it was my internet connection. Everyone was in my house fucking sponging off the internet. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a game going.
That's the problem as well. It's like, it really does piss you off in a sense. And for me, whenever I'm gaming or playing something, like Grand Theft Auto, oh god, I can't even get online with Grand Theft Auto 5 anymore due to my internet connection being straddled. And, I phone them up and I'm like, hey guys, look, listen, what can I do to get fiber? Well, if you get everyone in your area to sign up for fiber, then we'll do it. And I'm like, just put the fucking fiber thing and upgrade them. Yeah, we'll do eventually, but not now. And it's like 2 years ago they promised it, so we're stuck on the same plan. And I've said to my bro, I'm not allowing you to sign up and continue your broadband, because they want him to sign a yearly contract. So don't sign it. We'll make it cheaper. And I'm like, how much are you going to make it cheaper? And it was like £2 cheaper. And he's like, well, that's a good deal. I was like, no, fuck off, no. They're going to rape your ass, and then eventually when you sign the fucking deal, they'll like announce tomorrow that they've got fucking fiber, and you're going to get pissed off. So,
as you were saying with what was it, fucking games like make them for the last gen, man. If you tried to do that with The Witcher 3, your computer would fucking blow up. The graphical fidelity of fucking The Witcher 3 is amazing.
That's
you
on
stuck
like
that
PC,
your 360 or your
Xbox One,
PS3,
and
your
PS4.
PS3's gonna blow up.
Well, that I understand. Some games you can't do that to, but if there's a game that it's made for the 7th gen platform, because what they do with some of these games that have come out is they'll release them on
With
the
Fallout, I'd say you probably could get that on the last gen.
Because they've been working on it for a couple of years.
Yeah, they've started these games on the former platform that they were working on previously.
Yeah.
Witcher, they didn't, did they? They started it with the intention of putting it on the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell, really, isn't it?
So let me ask you guys a question. What's your... Do you believe in life after love? What do you think, is the future of the gaming industry now? Where do you think we're going?
If we go digital, I'm gonna lose my shit.
Yeah, I'm still pissy about that. I really feel, because one of the things I'm going to do once I make my move official, I want to make sure that I have to restart my collection again. So I'm going to be like slowly building over the last gen stuff. I may even send to get my stuff.
Yeah, but if you get with someone that's passionate as gaming as you are, then the two of you can just double up on it,
Oh, that's that's a given.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things where for me, my gaming collection, I don't consider it a collection. I consider it an archive. My dad started with the ColecoVision. It was an archive to his gaming history, in a sense. He was a young man with the arcades, the Atari and stuff. He loved that. I've got in my brother's room, we have every single game console known to man in that fucking thing. It's an archive of every system we had. I can tell you a story with everything that I've bought.
What was your first gaming console? That was my last video I did.
Mine was a Nintendo Entertainment System. It was the first one I owned.
Coleco Gemini.
The ColecoVision was my dad's. I used to play it a lot. But the NES was the first one I owned, and I remember sitting there in front of my dad's big, huge TV. He had this like fucking, one of those bloody big screens, 42 inches radiation fucking things.
Yeah.
The Radiation King.
Yeah, I was literally in front of that TV playing my NES. Mum thinking that I was gonna fucking suffer like a fucking burn or some shit. It's one of those,
There's like a shadow of his burning into the wall from standing in front of it.
Yeah, and the screen was like uber hot. You know what I mean? And I was playing like Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt.
Every time you shoot the
in
fucking
wintertime, it kept you
zapper.
warm.
And that was my
Every time you
first
shoot the
console.
zapper, the fucking little flash like a goddamn neutron bomb going off.
Yeah, and my dad used to sit there and watch me play, and he just went to me, "So who are you?" And I was like, "I'm Mario." And he's like, "Who's Mario?" He's like, "The plumber." Just, "What do you do?" You have to jump on these tortoises and save the Mushroom Kingdom. And my dad just went,
Save the princess, yeah.
Yeah, my dad just sat there and just went, he goes, "Oh, my day of gaming was so much better than this."
Pong.
And then with every new console I got, he actually downgraded to the one that I had before. So like, when I was dabbling with the PlayStation, my dad was playing with my NES. When I went onto the PlayStation 2, my dad was playing my Super NES. And
He was like 2 generations catching up.
yeah, he just didn't want to go to the new gen. I think he did upgrade eventually to an Xbox, but that was only to play Tiger Woods. That was the only game he would ever play on it. And eventually just got the console modded.
Remember actual golf on the PS1? That game was great.
One
I
thing
played that one.
Actual
Oh,
golf,
Hot Shots was good.
There was actual soccer as well.
Okay, let me ask you guys a question. What was the first time you injured someone in a gaming environment?
Playing SmackDown 2 with a friend of mine years ago. I used to punch him in the knee constantly every time he'd fucking beat me in a Hell in a Cell match. And then basically, over time, I punched him so much that he had to go get an operation on his knee.
One of the guys I know got too close when I was playing fucking Wii boxing and kind of got a good knock in the shoulder.
Wii bowling, I brained my daughter with the controller.
You have to wear those straps.
I did. My eldest was, I believe she was less than a year old, and she went up to me to give me a cuddle, and I basically moved my arm down to go and bowl, and I smacked her in the face with the remote. I knocked her for the life out of her, and she looked like she was dizzy.
Did you see that? Did you see that video where the black guy is playing the Connect, and one of his kids come in, and like he's like rowing or whatever it was, but he just floors one of his kids, and all you could hear is fucking fucking funny as hell.
I had to check if my daughter was okay. Her mum was screaming at me. It was kind of one of the. I think I knew the writing was on the wall at that time, but it is one of those things where I felt really guilty afterwards because I have to admit it wasn't fun. It wasn't because you feel bad for outside looking in. You're laughing, but imagine you smacking your daughter in the face with a Wii remote, and part of your fist as well because I was bowling.
You have it clenched around the
You'd
pad.
be like Joe Jackson in the gaming community.
Pretty much, it was really bad.
I don't beat my kids; they just get in the way while I'm gaming.
Yeah. Okay, so what's the have you ever played games with like family members?
Have I ever played games with family members?
Mm-hmm.
My mother used to play fucking that California games on the NES, and she was obsessed with the first Mario Brothers game on the NES. There was one floating around their house for years. I don't know who owned it. I think it was my uncle's. But my mother used to always play it all the time.
Me and my dad used to play a lot of Donkey Kong together.
The original Donkey Kong, the arcade one?
Yep. Donkey Kong Jr. He got the original Gallagher arcade machine. He found that out there in the street and modded it so it can basically do free play.
Nice.
He ended up selling it to actually buy me my first game console because he needed money for Christmas. And I think from him, because me and him used to game a lot, he stopped a while afterwards, then picked it up again, and we gamed a lot. My first experience with Silent Hill was actually me playing my PlayStation 1, playing Silent Hill in front of my dad's TV while he was sitting down doing some artwork, asking me what the hell's going on. I'm like, well, that's a demon, Dad. And that was like in my teen years.
My uncle used to do years ago. Back in the 70s.
Explorer?
No. Back in the 70s.
In his mankini while like Tag's bent over his knee.
Hand reaching into my bells. But what my uncle used to do was actually pretty smart. There was no money really back in the 70s over in Ireland, so my uncle saved his ass up and he bought an Atari 2600. And he had a lot of brothers and sisters or whatever. But what he'd do is if someone wanted to play the game, they'd have to pay him like a couple of about 20 pence or something like that. But every cent that he got off his siblings, giving them over the time, he'd buy a new game for the system. So every time someone played it, they're contributing to a new game, like so they can play it.
That's good incentive.
Yeah,
it was really cool. Like, a couple of years ago, we found it in his attic, the 2600. It's the one with the wood grain on, the wood.
6-wish Woody.
Yeah,
I have one of those.
He gave it to me. I was like, holy shit.
He gave you a Woody.
He gave me a wood.
Did he ask you for 25? Did he ask you for 25 pence for it?
No, he actually.
For me, my minions and I, we play a lot of gaming. We do a lot of gaming together. We play Mario Kart, Smash Bros. We use their console. It's literally their console of choice. They play a lot of Xbox 360 as well. One of the first games we completed together was Castle Crashers. Believe it or not.
Castle Crashers.
Castle Crashers. That thing's full of blood and guts and stuff, but they love that game. It was
my nephew's obsessed with fucking what's that? Skylanders shite.
Yeah, they have Skylanders. I have a box in my cupboard of tons of Skylander toys. I had to stop collecting when I ran out of money because I would go to the shops. I would get them pre-owned, so I'd buy like a figure for like a $5.
Get them behind the counter in GameStop.
Yeah, you get them like for $5 and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'd always get them pre-owned, and then they'll get them a new figure. My favourite character, and that's Trigger Happy. The one thing I hate about that game is it's not a 4-player game. I think the 4 of them would do good if they were playing together.
I don't like the fact that you can't jump.
Well, you can jump.
That stressed me. You can't.
What version did you play?
The Spyro's Adventure one.
Yeah, the new ones you can actually play.
Oh, you can jump now. Yeah, and the first one, Spyro's Adventure, you couldn't fucking jump. That pissed me off.
But for mine, it's like they love that game. The amiibos I find are completely useless.
They are nice sculpts though.
Yeah, but the one thing that really bugs me about them is the fact they're so limited. So the asking price goes up from fucking through the roof.
Yeah, I stopped collecting them, man. I've about 20 something. I've about 28 of them there, but I stopped collecting them. They're all in the boxes and stuff.
I got about 10 of them, and that was it.
Yeah, I got a ton of them, but I stopped collecting because they're impossible. I couldn't even get any of Wave 4 with Charizard and stuff, and I missed out on Wave 3. I got Wave 1 and 2 though. Actually, I got a few of Wave 3 actually. I missed completely Wave 4, and then some of Wave 3 I'm missing. So I just said fuck it.
Well, the thing is, it's a relative cash cow for Nintendo, but they still won't release the fucking...
Yeah, they just should put more like out in the market. They're just being too careful. That's all.
Yeah, and I agree. It's just gotten really, really stupid, really. But there you go, guys. I think that's the end of the show tonight for us. So what we're going to do, we're going to go on to the plugs. And Dave Wade, of course, for Lawn Boys Post 1975. It's a shame he couldn't continue on the show tonight. The reason being...
I took over.
Yeah, well, yeah, Tag took over. So it's Burhan and the Tag tonight. But it's basically... His internet is just playing up as a bitch. There's not really much he could have done about it.
His internet didn't really break. I beat him to death with my cock.
He has a humongous cock. It's kind of weird. But it's like a fucking club.
It's like a baby arms holding an apple.
No, it's like a fucking club. You know, one of those ogres, and they have this fucking club. That's his...
Table
he actually sent me a freaking photo, and I was like, don't send me a photo. He sent it to me, and I was having nightmares of him beating me with the fucking thing. You know, it's never dare Tag to show you a picture of his cock. I think a friend of mine said to me once, he goes, never say to a guy, I want to see a picture of your cock, because they will send it.
Oh, you were like, oh, your balls are bigger than your cock. I was like, you want to put a bet on that, son?
Dick like a Christmas light.
It literally just, yeah, I have no words. It left me speechless. Anyway, going on from that, let's go on to your channels. Sean, where can we find you?
Usually in the bottom of a barrel somewhere. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Dietless79, DAIATLUS79. Same thing for Twitter, for Instagram. I know, I got the camera charging now. I'm going to do some stuff tomorrow. I was going mad at the house there today and that, and I've worked 77 bloody hours this week. Oh. Ben Rowlands, I did a post down there and on Twitter. He said, you better have a few cold ones for me. I was like, yeah, it was beer o'clock. Oh, then I got smashed last night at the boss.
So, where can we find you?
Dietless79 on YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Sean J. Michellin here on YouTube. I do have a like page, but haven't really doing much with it.
You can also check him out on the channel banner here on the Retro Island Network, ladies and gentlemen. He is actually one of our desired hosts.
Mm-hmm.
So, Tag, what about you?
You can find me on YouTube. Just type in Power Metal Gamer, you'll find it. Go into Facebook, type in Power Metal Gamer, you'll find me there. And you don't want to add my real page because I put pictures up of disgusting things and people spam me.
And people report him to Facebook for some reason.
I'm telling. Just type in Power Metal Gamer anyway.
Dude, I've seen people post pictures in fucking groups of young, like, fucking 13-year-old kids showing their minges, and they don't get reported. It's I've actually
Dogs
left.
being decapitated and everything, man. There's all mad shit on Facebook.
Yeah, and I've actually left groups because of stuff like that, and yet, you know, these people get away with it, and yet Tadg gets reported because a woman farting on her lover's face. It must have been love, but it's brown nosing now. So, ladies and gents, you can find me on youtube.com/thenerdgenius. And just to basically run through you guys what I'm going to be doing tomorrow, this Sunday, I'm opening up a Facebook page. It's well, not a Facebook page, but more of a GoFundMe page. It's called Hire Me. That's all you're going to be doing, and it's if you donate for as little as $1, you know, that's all you need to do. I will basically develop an intro for you or an outro. If you need credits done for your YouTube channel or bits and pieces, I can do that for you. If you need me to do anything for you, if you live in the United Kingdom and you need a film crew, you need somebody to help you out or do an intro for your YouTube channel or do a video for you. Yeah, well, not that. Anything that is not illegal, I will do it. Hire me.
It's not illegal, it's love.
No. Hire me. Well, prostitution for money is illegal. Hire me. And all you got to do is just give a minimum donation requirement of $1 or more. If you feel like you can actually do more, please do. I've currently been offered $100 by someone quite recently, just because I listened to him. You know, I have to admit it's kind of a weird thing. I sat there and I was like, really? You really want to do that? That's kind of scary. So, you know, I'm really...
Raise your crane, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I'm listening. So if there's anything that you guys need, if there's anything that you need me to do for you, I will be more than happy to assist. And all you have to do is hire me. And what happens? Well, what this does is it's basically helping me make a documentary / vlog series where I go into Europe, to the outskirts of Europe, and I go to several different countries, several different places.
He's coming to Ireland to cut my grass.
Exactly, and I am. He thinks I'm kidding. I am actually going to be going to Ireland to cut his grass because he's going to give me money for it. And all you got to do is you go out there, and I'm going to communicate with people. I'm going to share my experiences, my journey with you, and I'm going to be finding myself a home. And it's literally what it is. It's finding myself, finding a place in society, going from there to basically venture out and enjoy it. And I'm not going to asking for money so I can get a fucking lavish hotel room. I'm not asking you to pay for my Patreon or GoFundMe page. I'm not asking for you to do a Kickstarter and give me money. I'm not asking for something for nothing. What I'm asking is let me work for you. That's all I'm asking you to do. And if you go to my Facebook page, facebook.com/Michael Burhan Actor, you can basically find out further updates on there as well. I'm working with places such as ACMG, Anime Comics, Movies and Games, to do some updates when I do go out into Europe. I'm looking at raising a minimum of $5,000, and all it is me going into basically into those places. I'm going to be in a tent. I'm going to have my bike insured. My camera equipment is going to be insured, so I can basically go out to these places.
I told you, if you don't want your bike stolen by anyone, install a dildo on this where the saddle is.
You know what? It's probably going to get stolen by a gimp. Any money. And
Not me, anyway.
But, you know, I'm going to go to all these different places, and I'm going to document, you know, all the things that I'll be getting up to. And it's more to kind of share my experiences and go on this journey. And I'm not going to be staying there for too long. I'm going to be going from place to place to place. Sometimes within days, other times maybe within like a few days, depending on what you want me to do. And you get to share in that. You know, if you want me to go somewhere and go to a local place and talk about it, I'll do that. If you want me to do a interview with someone, I can do that. And it's all about giving back to and sharing my experiences with everybody else. And it's a great thing. It's a proactive thing. And everyone I've talked to about this have said, you know, don't feel that I'm trying to mislead anybody or grab money unfairly from people. What I'm trying to do is I want to do something and have this experience because now's the time, you know. I don't, you know, most people just be like, get a job and fund it. I wish I could. I really do. But you know, this way, I want to work for you, and that's the way it's going to work. And hopefully, if for all you lovely people out there, if you can help support it, if you can make it go viral, I would love you entirely. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. youtube.com/thenerdgenius if you want to find out more. And as always, for Dave Wade, for Mr. Tadg Callahan, for Mr. Sean Michellin, this is Michael Burhan saying goodbye from me and goodbye from him. So see you soon,
keep
guys.
the power.
Yeah, and also keep the power, especially the power of his dick.